the previous time, up until we started this fight, was essentially there was a lot of conversing and talking about what you all discovered back in the Congo, where you discovered the archive and among the other locations of the ancient Dureth, which is the ancient people of Montre. Several other conversations and debates about the nature of thinking between Julius Caesar, who is currently in a new robotic body as compared to the mindset of Montre. One more dark mindset than the other, though to the person it is not really that dark. They just don't think about it. Figure out who that could be as your will. If you watched the last episode, you would know. Then essentially everybody except for Harlen, obviously, was against the idea of shooting the prisoners that they detained back in the Congo. So in a fit of pompous rage, Sean called Ruslan in order to set up a meeting to potentially knock out him and someone else, preferably Ignacio. Unfortunately, finding out that Ignacio wasn't there, and Ruslan, up until this point, has been denying all, or hasn't revealed any of his partners in crime, essentially. So after a unsuccessful but also somewhat successful bombing from Sean, who managed to take out 3 of the other guys that was with Ruslan, is now then face to face with the vampire, who had attempted to summon up some zombies, essentially, from the men that Sean just killed, and tried to take a swing at Sean, but he failed. And then some various shootings. Carl, in the midst of aiming, trying to get a good shot at the heart of Ruslan, was shot at by the submachine gun and the shotgun. I believe the shotgun was stopped by the amulet.
Which would have been really, really unfortunate if it hadn't.
Yep. Of course, the shells only work against you, not vice versa.
Montre had been inconsolable for many hours after murdering everyone else.
Yes. Harlen had killed the guy with the pistol, the other guy with the pistol, in honorable duel. AKA, he just killed a man. Montre, I should say, Sean managed to convince the guy with the shotgun to stop trying to kill his friends, or well, our heroes, I would say, and essentially get him out of combat. He did manage to dodge the volley of machine gun fire from Montre that killed the submachine gunner on the other side, and also revealed that Ruslan has a similar amulet to what Carl is wearing at the moment. Now we're left off with Ruslan teleporting right behind Sean, attempting to smack him, which I will say, after some further reading and review of the multi-action rules and the rules with the making the opposed spirit roll, is not really an action. It's kind of a free action sort of deal, which is not under the -2 penalty.
Okay.
So if you want to spend a penny to re-roll your spirit, go ahead.
Good question.
Because all you have to do is meet an 8.
Well, on a D10, that's a little tough, but I guess I don't really have a choice.
Okay, I just want to scratch you a little bit. That's all I want.
Well, I can't heal from my wounds during this combat, so...
Why is that?
I played that card last time.
Oh, that's right.
I'm going to spend another Benny.
Wasn't it until a Joker was drawn, though? Let me scroll back up to that card.
No.
Was it just for the complete combat?
Complete combat.
Wild card in the first round.
It's not even the complete combat. No. It's just versus Ruslan's wounds. I cannot heal from them until the combat's over.
Rest of this encounter. Okay, well, interesting. And it doesn't state that he can still heal himself. Interesting. All right, well, but I still have the -2.
Sure. Four. Where would I? Oh, 5? Correct. I mean, I'm dead, right? I only have 3 wounds. Okay. Just remember, audience, Pondo made an arbitrary judgment so he could give me a little scratch that nearly instantly killed me. Just remember that.
Did you remember to subtract 2 from his attack roll? I was looking at something else. Ah, that's right.
Yeah, plus minus.
Yeah, I know. You said I couldn't yeah.
Really close.
No, I don't want to go now. The whole point was stopping this. It kind of defeats the purpose at this point.
Okay, so we're at the beginning of a session or a continuation of the last session? Okay, so I only have one penny. I did get a penny from Effie. So I have to start
Wait,
with the
I gave
spirit
you a
roller.
penny?
I think so. Yeah.
Got it.
So I have to start with a spirit roll to see if I can get rid of the shaken. I would like to roll to see if I have to spend the penny. Shit. I have to. Alright. I'm unshaken. Yep, and there's a -4 to hit him in the heart, and I'm wounded, so I'm at a -1. And I wanna add 4 to his roll if I hit. That was concerning. Choose a modifier. Oh, jeez. Oh, this whole thing is so different now. Yeah, I just want to add the 2. I can't find just add 2. Additional +2? Add? I can just roll horrifically badly anyways.
Oof.
Yeah. I mean, I saw it discharge, so I'm banking on a 75% chance that it's been used. Uh,
Mhm.
I mean, realistically, when I shoot him, he has to make a vigor roll versus the damage, right? Okay, what's the damage on this thing? It does not have damage listed. That might make this roll difficult. Because like my pump action shotgun has the 2d10 on it, but this one doesn't have any entry at all. Uh, okay, I have a question. So just a basic move, it doesn't count towards multi-action. Would picking up my other double barrel off the ground require me to multi-action? Yes, I know that. I want to multi-action 2 shots and use my maneuver to scoop up the other double barrel and have the more accurate shot, and if it misses, a Hail Mary. I want to scoop up the other double barrel and just blam away 2 shots. Yeah, because I got shot in the arm and dropped it, but my arm isn't crippled or anything. I want to pick it up and try to shoot it. All right, so here's the first one, the one we're hoping works. I think I've got everything I need in here. Okay, well, it's official. His is better than mine.
I mean, you only sell the lesser product.
It's sure, but I was hoping because this. I mean, I had to take the shot, even though I know he has a shield. There's literally nothing we could do about it except pray. And then multi-action, no multi-action penalty, but I do have the called shot -4 for the second one. If I wait a turn, if I end my turn and then spend my whole next turn aiming, he's already gone, and Sean is dead. I mean, I have to if I'm going to save Sean. Otherwise, Sean is guaranteed to be dead next turn. Yeah, I don't want to count on Harlen to crack the earth with his pistol. It doesn't happen every time. He gets his roll. Oh, it did discharge his amulet? Okay. Double barrel slug damage roll. And I rolled incredibly badly. Alright, cool story. He gets to make his vigor roll. I rolled a 1 and a 5 on 2d10. Maybe I'll piss him off for shooting him in the heart. Yeah. Which is going to do nothing to him. Which is going to do nothing to him. Well, AP, I tried.
All right. Gonna go with just 2 shots again. Might as well. We're just trying to put this guy down. Got 1. I can't tell if there raises anymore with this new thing. Fair enough. All right. And shot. I'm gonna Benny that. Actually, no. I'm gonna use my. Wait, do I have a 3 reroll, or is that just showing up? It's just doing this weird.
Most likely. Unless he, some reason that guy decides he's like, hey, that's not fair. I'm being shut up by so many guns, and he'll pull out his soul sword thing and be like, okay, I'm cool. Is this better? Stab. Soul Calibur style. But also, he hasn't seen what happened to Sean, so yeah. Once he walks to where he can see one, he's going to probably see the other and be like, oh, someone has to die. It's not Sean. Oh, so it is my turn. Let's see. Movement. What was that again? Inches equal to their pace. Walk to this window. That's pretty much all I can do on the normal move. So, rate of fire 3 attack. No. Yeah. So let's see how I put that. Oh, I like this new interface. So I'm just going to put it down as a multi-action then, just with a -2. Well, it popped up saying I have the +2 for the rate of fire 3. I have my trademark weapon +1. And it's counting those. And I've got the -2 because I'm not doing the table, right? Okay. What? Yeah. Weapons. Not damage rolls here. First one, regular hit. No modifiers. Yeah, it's not a raise one. 7.
17 damage did 1 wound. So
Yeah. He's just going to be a nuisance.
yeah, I think the raise might be
Right.
the only one that can hurt him.
Second. And where did my damage? There it goes. And this is with a raise. Or is it multiple raises? Yep. Alright, another 10. Let's
I want to
reduce-
act. I'll just wait until.
Sean is going to continue to engage with Reslin Omer. He's going to hold out his cross in one hand and his icon of Saint Olga in the other. And he, while coughing blood up dramatically from having been slashed across the chest, he's going to smile at Reslin and just say, very irony, You've been here too long, lad. It's time to go home. And then he's gonna attempt to faith power dispel on Reslin Omer and all his belongings. I don't think I did actually. Oh yes, I did. That was the one I did. For some reason, I thought it was healing, but sure. How's a 6 with a raise?
Nice.
I mean, can't he have spent a Benny to ignore the wound penalty for a roll? Isn't that a thing?
I don't have any bennies left.
Okay, never mind.
I spent them all trying to keep him from touching me. I will also spend additional power to disenchant the amulet. All the items' magical abilities are negated for 1 round. I will also target everything he's got with that. So any magical items he has and all magical effects on him. Just gonna go ahead and blow through half my power points in one go.
If it keeps you alive, and
It feels like a good time for it, right?
Yeah, if it keeps you alive, it's not a bad idea.
That's what the rules say. Well, I'm also targeting him as well. I can target all currently activated powers and all magical objects on him. Completely disheartened, Sean looks like he's ready to take a knee, and then he turns and looks at the literal cross that is burning with blue flame as it dispels the amulet, and Sean just kind of nods a few times as he waits for the sweet relief of death.
And I have a cone. Like, you know what I mean. I have a cone template, please.
He's like, smart ass. Stop it. 1. 2. Cool.
Oh, wait, how does the movement? How much can we move again? I can't remember. And we cannot move diagonally.
Yeah. Sometimes it does. I think it's just
I
certain
can't move my cone.
don't like it.
It has to point it up at Reslin. Perfect. I want to cast Havoc.
Ooh. Is it like the name of that sound?
I'm going to make it stronger. And that's it. Oh, it lets me make my own cone now. I don't know how to get rid of it. Yeah, thank you. Although the other one I couldn't read them. This one I can't like make it go. Okay, there we go. I don't know if I made it stronger. I hit add. Yeah, but no, I mean I don't know how to make it stronger on the roll. She used to let me roll it all in one. Where's my focus?
The raise on the test. Nice.
I should have verified. Is this black spot a wall or is it area? Perfect. Nope, that's fine. I was just gonna say I have one more move, so I could have stepped here if need be to knock him, But as long as he's moving, if possible. No, I can't figure out how to roll. Don't I have to roll for Havoc, or is it just the? Yeah, but doesn't Havoc do damage? Oh, I see. It's just 2d6. So yeah. I don't know. I don't know how to do that.
Can't hurt more.
Bingo.
Bingo on the dingo.
I think Sean would gladly take a dent in his car over dying.
Maybe at the time, but later he's still mad. Yeah, he's weird about stuff.
You used to let me roll it on Havoc, so I'm so upset that I can't do that.
It does the more powerful version of Havoc do more
I'll roll
damage?
it. I was just saying I don't have the button anymore.
Does the more powerful version of does the power up Havoc do more damage?
No, it makes
Or
him.
it's just a
Distract-
It's
penalty on
harder
his
for
roll?
him to fail.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, you got that -2 addition of everything else.
I can make it bigger too, but I didn't need to because I was right up in his bubble. You said he hit something? Fair enough. It's not lethal damage either way, so it might not have made a difference.
Very Shaolin monk style type of combat now. Just bing, bing, everybody bouncing off everything.
But he's not an enemy anymore.
Yeah, you can just mark him invisible, so he disappears off the tracker. For us, at least.
I don't know. Breslin doesn't have a card.
Yeah, we can't see the
Right.
decks.
Oh, okay.
X right before me.
You've got to do this, Montre. No pressure, but you have got to do this. Whatever your highest rate of fire is, just stick it in his mouth and hold the trigger down.
Right. Yeah, well, I gotta move. Where is he? Because I can't see him yet, so I'll move one so I can see him. Bloop. There he is. Hmm. No, the walls are just a little longer than they should be, probably. It's a balancing act. I've been still working on it with Fallout, and it's been 2 years I've been doing it, so it's perfect. I think I tend to get back. I've not used my gun yet, my sword yet, because I haven't got the feat to also trademark it, because I wanted to be lulz with it. But, I do have Frenzy, so I do get a second fighting die to use, which is the same difference. I think I'm going to just walk through her space at close range and just say, "You hurt my friend," and then just unload again. Oh no. That's one less space to step in. So boom.
What is the highest rate of fire on that thing?
4. I keep forgetting it's 4 because I've never used it, but it's because it's out of order. Yeah. Well, the new version has the snap fire rate of 2, rate of 2 fire, snap fire 3, rate of fire 4, snap fire 4, so it's all out of order. I'm gonna take the -2 because there is a slight chance of it going wild to the left or right from my perspective.
I want to make sure that while you're firing this machine gun, you're screaming for liberty.
The raise.
Oh,
I'm not in a good mood right now. That's 29 damage.
Oh wow.
Montre's turn.
Mm-hmm. Not with that roll. I still got 3 more chances. There he goes.
Oh wow.
Yeah, let's use 2 of them, right? All right. Glad I didn't want to waste bullets. Regular damage roll, not as impressive. Yep, no big deal there. Second damage roll did a 9, so no big deal. Second raise. Oh, nowhere near as good, but still good. No, 21. The wild die did all the work on that one. That's my trademark kicking off. It was so close to a 1. I was like, no, stop on the 1.
Oh, you saw this kind of shit at Passchendaele. That's all I'm saying. This is some World War I trench shit.
Boom, boom, boom. Ting, ting, ting. The shells hit the ground.
It's the sound of a GAU 8 Avenger being fired.
Damn near, it's 30 bullets in a few seconds there. Just and everything technically hit. You didn't get
Scratched. Oh my god.
I did some scratching of my own.
What?
He'll
I would-
literally turn to Effie the second that he turns to Ash. He goes, are they supposed to do that? That's not normal, right? Did he leave? Because that would be very annoying.
I would like to lean on my earlier occult roll about vampires to make sure that we dispose of him in a way that is 0 chance of his return. Oh, I was hoping that my research from earlier covered that. I only took 1 wound. Wait, that no longer makes the roll.
Significant GM glance. I said roll.
Yeah. Hey, I gotta try to hustle, right?
Great. That's our job as players.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take my win. Oh, you know what?
I made it for you.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go inside and I'm gonna grab a large pitcher. Yeah. Oh, don't worry. I'm gonna grab a large pitcher from inside and scoop his ashes in and start pouring holy water in and start shuffling it around.
He's gonna make a vampire smoothie.
I'm gonna make a holy water vampire smoothie. Carl's
It's really more of
taking
a
no
slurry or a slush.
It's gross.
Now that the combat is over, I would like to use my healing power on myself, and I'll tell you what, Pondo, I'm gonna neutralize poison or disease on myself as well, just in case you try to fuck me on anything. Yeah. Or any of a number of things, but I'm just gonna go ahead and do it anyway. No. I'm gonna be healed by the only one that matters, the Holy Lord. So I'm gonna drop to a knee, and I'm gonna hold my cross to my chest. I'm gonna drop the icon of Saint Olga, and I'm gonna leave it there forever. I don't need vengeance anymore. As I begin singing the lyrics to Boston's song Higher Power, the world is spinning, but I'm not afraid because I got a raise, so get fucked, I guess. Oh, it's not enough of a raise. No, I forgot that I'm so hurt. Attempted to get with what? I don't have any betties. Any more points of what?
Or
No, that's it. I'm between my PowerPoint expenditure last session, the dispel, and the healing with the neutralized poison. I'm done. That's 10 out of 10. Okay, so I heal 1 wound and I dispel any poisons or diseases that I have. So I assume, given that I am a hard drinking Irishman in the 30s, I probably get rid of a bunch of parasites as well. I got what they call the ivermectin flu, guys.
yes.
And that would
For
be
the
great
love
if we weren't standing in the middle of daylight in a British town. Yeah.
So
Sure.
I would like to. I want to play the card even if it doesn't do anything to get out of my hand because I plan to do it anyways.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh no! But my one card. No, I wanted to. I wanted to play this to make sure that no bystanders ended up actually getting hurt in this entire thing.
Hey, come on, dude.
No stray bullets, no shrapnel. Everyone's fine.
Where's Rifle Guy? Okay. Yeah.
It was spilled beans. It was.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So this card doesn't say they have to be present in the scene
Well,
for me to play this
had to
card.
they had to be present in the scene before, yes.
Yeah.
It just says play on a non-player character, so I'd have to know who they are.
Oh, it's a different card from the one you played.
Yeah. I want to play this on our Italian tour guide.
Wow.
I want to at least play the card before we lose it.
That's so cruel, Pondo.
Sure. But she's also gonna like start hanging around us and stuff and then get in trouble. That's what the card says.
I'm gonna turn to
You're gonna take it away. I'm gonna play it.
I'm gonna turn to Carl and just say, "Wow, very Irishly. I didn't think that I was gonna get out of this one alive. You know, Carl, we really should talk about getting a permanent flight pattern between here and Rome. Now that Jules is spending some time with us." What do you think? You want to be my point man on this project to get near daily flights to Rome?
I've got it in my notes. I'll give it to you. Yeah. I know you did. Oh, I think once my wrists recover, I think we can set that up.
Yeah.
Like
Your
his
wrists.
hands are all bruised. They had to be They had to be the most epic quad fireball. Because he just like, and I like the idea that like he scooped up the second one, and while he was still on a knee to do it, he just blasted all 4 barrels, and the shield blocked 1 pair. So he's probably also seeing stars right now.
That's what I figured. I had so long to accomplish that. You just kept putting it off, you know. So it really does speak to needing to get all your goals done inside of a century, you know. Okay. Does this involve paperwork or anything? All right. I could have.
Oh, the healing roll for going back to our home. I would like to play it at some point. Like Carl will take off his own cross and drop it in the slurry, and at some point would like to take Sean up in a flight over the Atlantic to drop a sealed container with Reslin Ulmer's bits into the deep ocean where it'll never be found again.
I'm actually going to take it from you, and I'm just going to be like, you know what? Carl, I've got this one. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm going to make sure no one ever finds this one, bud. Blood. Cough up blood.
Okay. I mean, he
Yeah,
knows
don't
what
worry
this
about it.
guy did to your family. He's just going to give them
Yeah.
to you.
No,
argument.
I know a special place where things like this can be sealed. Something no one's ever going to find.
He doesn't ask any questions. He just gives them to you.
He's about to roll flat one. Just straight one back.
Generous.
So generous. All right. I'm going to have the B team medic and our whole team here gathered around my medical bed. And let's remember that it's a 1930s medical bed. So I assume that there's like a hanging hospital sheet and everything is all perfect corners and like crisp white sheets.
Carl's got splints on his wrists.
Took away the lights.
I see nothing on this floor. I see everything on this floor. I think it did. I can go look. I can go look for them.
So you're telling me we've got a Nazi werewolf SS commando as the new final boss. Let's defeat him with friendship. That's going to be a lot easier.
The power of friendship in this gun I found.
Gertrude Bauer.
But
all right,
Mr. Bauer is my father.
I'm gonna give everyone the download on that. I'm gonna apologize for how weird I've been lately. That vengeance was what drove me, and that our job here isn't done. But that even though I trust in my faith in the Lord to protect me, it did help that even though I basically lied to all of you and completely deceived you about my plan, you all came immediately and helped me out when the building exploded and Ruslan Omer tried to vampirize me. So I really appreciate that, guys. I'm gonna take a short vacation to the old country. And that's the Irish old country, not the Italian old country or the Polish old country. I'm gonna go back to Ireland for a little bit. I have a burial to make in the. You might know that my mom owns a lot of farm animals, so I was thinking of shoving something into a deep, dark pit of shit. Might take a little while to get down far enough. It's a post hole digger for digging posts. Just like that guy from the movie about the Marine Corps sniper in Afghanistan. I'm going to think about Ruslan Omer every time I have to take a shit.
Sure.
Okay, you guys can all leave my medical bedside. I probably should get a little rest. I did lose a shit ton of blood. I was nearly dead.
Yeah, just be glad your spell didn't burn you. Harlen is still mad. Still salty.
I think it's as they start to shuffle out, Montre actually looks over to the others and is like, "You really should stop using those type of guns. They do not work. They are terrible." And then he looks down at his hands and he's like, "They're terrible for you to use. Let me amend that statement." Well, you know that, but Montre just assumes every version of those guns is garbage. Look at this precision engineering. I just shot 70 shots in one round. You shot 4 and nearly lost your hands.
All right, Montre, we can go to the workshop and I'll explain a little bit to you, and maybe you'll understand why I have splints on my wrists. Let's leave Sean to get some sleep.
Archibald Knickerknocker? The Night Yorbs. That's never been more relevant now that show's back on the air. Fantasy High from Dimension 20.
Speak not of the Night Yorb.
Yeah, speaking out of the Night Yorb.
Ashlyn or something like that. Aslan. She was Irish.
Yeah, she incepted me at the end of the episode. And then, based on this, they became werewolves themselves. Oh, I thought that's what you said. I thought you said they were actually werewolves.
There is a Mr. and Mrs. Bauer who were werewolves who did not get killed in the culling, and the Mr. is my father, but the Mrs. is not my mother.
Right. Okay.
Oh, Gertrude is
I mean, you say solving the genocide. Sounds more like they were committing the genocide, but all right. Now, when you say William Tell, you mean the William Tell they wrote the overture about. Okay. The Swiss hero who shot an apple through with an arrow, that guy? All right. Okay. This expedition took place in America? Okay. Yeah, I understand. Look, you're just trying to tell us who the season 2 villain's going to be. I get it. He is. Don't let him lie to you, audience. He's already
Wait a
said
minute.
there's going to be season 2.
It's already Sean Dublin. I mean, wait. Woohoo! I did.
Well,
We'll see. Nope, that's a veteran.
Yep.
Nope.
Yep.
I heard a yes and I heard a no, so I'm going to need a real clarifying on that one.
I added a blank edge, and it's still listed under seasoned.
Interesting. Because that should be our 8th rank, right?
That was my 7th.
Because I've got 8's veteran. It's the first rank of veteran.
So I've been one behind. Okay, cool. I'll just add another one.
I think he was probably the 7th in this.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. It's not like the hit did anything really, anyways. Well, if I take ambidextrous as my 7th, then I should have had it for the fight anyways. I'll go ahead and that's been pre-selected then. I get to go to Italy a few times and visit Miss Fiore Adamo. Okay. Well, I happen to be temporarily staying at a place that's significantly less fascist. Why don't you come with me? Pack your bags.
Nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
gonna have to flirt with him now.
Yeah.
Audience at home, you don't know it, but Pondo just deleted a bunch of stuff before this that are spoilers for other shows. But let me say this. Pondo told me that he was going to give up on his XCOM project, his XCOM Savage Worlds crossover, until enough people were interested. That's right, audience. He needs you. He needs your spirit energy. You have to let him know that you want to see XCOM.
His hands are up. Just give him your energy.
Yeah.
Kakarot.
If it was Helldivers, yeah, if it was Helldivers, what would happen is Pondo would be holding an orb containing the XCOM game, and then Kain would drop a bomb near you, and you would trip and fall, and the XCOM would be accidentally deployed near you, and you'd be like, no, 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 it's not ready, no, 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 no. Audience, you could be those people. That's all I'm saying. I fly to Ireland and I don't come back for like 2 weeks because, yeah, I'm going through some life-changing stuff. Like maybe I don't need vengeance anymore, and maybe I should figure out how to get forgiveness for something I don't feel remorseful over.
That was quick.
And also, I leave all of my new clothes behind, and I just come back in the original Sean Dublin garb with the kilt and the jacket. I don't know. I don't know yet. I didn't think I was going to live, and I also didn't think I was going to live. Yeah.
He didn't think he'd get this look.
Oh, now I understand. Okay. I don't believe you. Perfect. Now that I
Cool.
decided to save her a bunch of work by switching back to my original garb. Incredible. Incredible.
I had to reload. That's terrible.
It was one wound, and you said if he was gone for at least 2 weeks, that would have covered that wound.
It might take a while.
Okay, it's a little spotty. We got to use some more morphine. Oh man, fishing around in there to get it, trying every. Oh geez.
They just gave up after a week and let it rest for a bit.
Yeah, we're just gonna make it worse unless we give it a little time to heal before we go back in and look for it. Well, you know what? I feel like that justifies me buying a point of vigor. Dug around in.
Not really.
Uh,
Montre really doesn't have any hobbies.
I think Carl wants to do more monster hunting reading. Wants to get a little bit more. Wants
Oh,
to
wait.
get a little better versed.
Montre was working on that other version of him.
Yeah,
Forgot about that. Trying to restore it to see
your
if it could be
headless
restored.
friend.
Well, temporarily.
Yeah, you put his head on a shelf. I was aiding him. Does that help him?
Skills. Repair.
Oh, I see. Okay, let me go ahead and roll my repair. Okay, so I need to put -3. Add. Do I get anything for my tools? Those give me this lessen my penalty? Okay. Okay.
Why didn't I let you do it?
Because I'm helping you with your project. I teach you about tools you didn't know existed yet.
Jeez.
Enjoy your net +2, buddy.
Jeez. Oh, thanks.
You get some raise, you get some extra progress.
I tried really hard to roll those double bullets. Mm-hmm.
I just whether it gives me any bonuses or if it's just totally narrative. Carl just wants to read up on and take notes on monsters and monster hunting lore and sort of compare. And I guess he just wants to make it so that he has some good reference material to use in the future for other monsters. Yeah. I got real confused. I'm the one who rolls the double ones.
I skipped them by accident and gave them to you.
Is it? I mean, today, yeah. Sorry, Carl's already kind of dumb. Oh, he's just too distracted. Maybe that's he's how about he's so obsessed with this concept that my dad is a werewolf that he's trying to find ways to like prove or disprove, or like, he's trying to do this holistic research, but he's so obsessed about werewolves that he only gets a bonus if he rolls for werewolves specifically, and he has a penalty for everything else because he's so absorbed in this singular research. Yeah, Carl's that's the thing Carl has to deal with. And that's why he went to go visit Miss Adamo, to get his mind off the fact that everything is fine.
There we go. Improved trademark on the rifle.
I feel free to spoil. Yeah, he does. He knows that he's unusual already anyways, and he doesn't know how unusual he is. He just knows what he's observed, and he's tried to keep that sort of on the down low with everybody else. I think the first one that he would try to do was find something made of silver that was inherited by somebody and like melt it down and try to hold on to it. And if that doesn't bother him, he's gonna try to stick himself with it, see if it hurts more than getting stuck by any of the other times he's been stabbed or shot.
I can see Montre like head like slowly watching you as you stick yourself with something else, and then he just kind of like, okay, and just keeps walking by.
Yeah, Carl's trying to be a little on the down low about maybe I'm a monster, maybe I'm not, while they're training a monster hunting team. Well, that's deeply unsettling to Carl. You want me to replace it?
Dun, dun, dun.
Habit.
Good thing I'm made of copper.
Okay, the alcohol one is being replaced. And it's what, allergy silver? Weakness silver. Does he notice after sticking himself that he doesn't feel the same kind of compulsion to drink alcohol anymore? Did sticking himself cure him of his alcoholism? Like let me rephrase the question. Carl clearly enjoys alcohol, drinks all the time. Does he no longer get like the shakes or anything if he waits too long? I see. Okay. Yeah, Carl finds this all deeply unsettling. Yeah, I have. Yeah, Harlen and I each have a pistol with one mag of silver rounds. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. How long is our break? Okay. I would like to, towards the end of that period, like to take her on a trip, just meet my family and see the farm. Talk to my fucking dad.
There's some things we have to discuss. Also, a girlfriend.
I feel like I feel like that's the last thing that'll happen. It's like he comes back like the day before or the day of our resuming. Yeah.
I don't play basketball anymore, Dad. Why do you keep making those references?
Is it Atlantis? I took unknown language. Let me see if I got it here. Oh, mystery language. Will you be able to type up what I can do with that eventually, or is that just the divination from the book? Everybody is off somewhere besides Harlen and Montre, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
Harlen would be around, I assume.
Montre just basically never leaves the building.
Well, I know Montre was here. I wasn't quite sure if Harlen was here, and I think Carl's probably in Italy getting his girlfriend, right?
I went to Italy and then I came back and then I went to the States.
He's gone again. Fair enough. I'll go get Harlen and Montre then and share some of this information. Oh, I don't tell him what I'm gathering them for.
Montre is very intrigued by the idea that there was a city he didn't know about. I mean, he didn't know really about any of this at the moment, but you know. Yeah, I can definitely do that. I like rolling. Is it minuses on it or just straight up? Yeah, I'm not that great. So him in that, like, he says, I didn't know anything about it, and he'll kind of like put his hand to what is basically his head and hold it for a second and be like, oh, never mind. The vision I saw when we were at the last location, they did mention that word, the triad, I believe. There were fallback points there. It may have been a last stand location. Interesting. I'm sorry. My memory is spotty.
Did Harlan come and join us? Harlan seems
At this point, he's
hesitant.
gotten used to it enough that, yeah, he probably would show up at some point. He tried to avoid it before, but yeah, we've reached the point.
I'm not entirely sure if I'm translating everything right, but I think this city's underwater in mid-North America.
That you mean in a lake? Then no.
I don't know. I don't know if it meant mid as in, middle of the country, or mid as in like middle line on one of the coasts. That wasn't specified.
I'd have to assume it's not in the middle. I don't think there are that many deep lakes.
Oh, my bad. Actually, I think it's near the country, maybe near Mexico. If
And there's plenty of ocean around there.
lots of water there,
Anything.
so it could be there.
Yeah, getting there seems a little more
Also,
of an issue.
Montre
have a
nods.
plane.
Oh,
Well-
except for him, I think he'd be fine.
Well, also, if it's underwater, it would be very hard for the rest of you to get down there. And
I'm just gonna assume there's some kind of weird path or entrance like all of the other tombs have had.
Montre nods. He's like, that would actually make the most sense if they had it meant to be under there. Perhaps they actually made that.
That'd be a blessing.
I'm sure it won't be as easy as simply walking up, but if anybody could
Yeah.
find it, it's us, it seems. And he puts his hands up, as Sean once called them, our evil opposites.
We've seemed to stumble into enough of them.
Or I get a random memory at the weirdest time possible. I really wish
also
I could
have-
just put these in like a track, like old memories, new memories, and keep them separate. It's very confusing at times.
I also think I've gotten better at my magic.
No?
Is there any dead people nearby, GM? Oh, okay. Do you guys want to go to a graveyard?
No.
Patrick does his head, with or without a shovel.
Why would we need a shovel?
That answers
Why do you want
the
to go
question.
to a graveyard?
Oh, it's not like this is the first time you guys have seen me go to a graveyard.
I assumed you were going to ask questions. I didn't know how deep the shell of the graves need to be, because the ones in this country are much different than the ones I last saw you use your power.
I was just gonna practice some of my magic. Harlen, do you not want to come?
Is this where Montre's going to be sassy about this? Yeah, he is. He'll hold out his hand. Would you come if I hold your hand?
If you want to keep it, put it down. I'll go.
I mean, you don't have to go. I just thought it would be a nice bonding experience. What? No. It's not an I don't think we're there. I
Let's
could.
just go so I don't have to think about the implications of this any longer.
Okay.
Eldritch powers. Would you like your soul cut out of you? I have a soul for that. And the dagger in the other room.
Well, when we get to a graveyard, I'll go ahead and divination, see if there's a difference. I do. Oh,
It was an improvement. but
Oh,
I'm just
the
gonna
right
I'm just
way.
gonna do it again. I have a lot of pennies still. Hey, there we go.
That's it.
Had to shake the cobwebs off.
Yeah. Okay. I would have probably asked him a bunch of stuff about their life back then and made notes on it then. Do Harlan and Montre, are they able to like talk to it just out of curiosity?
Harlan will introduce himself, but I'll probably keep from talking with the dead any more than that. Though he does go in his head are different from talking with Julius, and he'll just stop thinking and try to be consulted for a while.
Fair.
Good look into let's see bullets that work.
You need 303 with a high philosophy rifle. Fine, those work
More
great.
like silver or pulled iron, that sort of stuff, because it seems like this might be a problem more so in the future.
What he wants is hand-loaded 337 Lapua rounds, coated in coconut oil.
Hey, you know a guy who knows how to make them. In the most technical sense.
Yeah. Maybe some sprinkled in holy water if we can. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, they're silver nitrate.
yeah. They're moonlight in a cup thing.
As long as we're a little better. Yeah. Yeah.
The stealth roll.
Wait, that should be 5, shouldn't it? Unless we're counting injury as somehow affects his wealth.
Yeah, his wound's still on there. Oh, that's just a 5.
It's +1, -1. Okay.
Yeah, I worked really hard for that. I rolled twice to shoot
I'm
that guy.
glad I'm not using a machine gun in this case, so I can actually afford.
Yeah, that was 40 rounds I shot at him in total. Well, the rate of fire 3 is 10, and the rate of fire 4 is 20 out of 30. Mm-hmm. Well, I was tracking it, but you know, I do have to reload eventually, so I keep track of them during combat. But as soon as we get back to base, I'm generally like the longest shotgun reload ever.
Yeah, and I didn't send a letter. I mean, they live on a farm. Yeah, Carl isn't expecting to be like, oh no, they're on like a 3-week vacation to like
Barbados.
to the West Coast or something. Like, no problem there. Yeah, and I established earlier before I played the card that I'd been like sending messages and I'd already taken some trips to Italy to visit her, so I'm taking her to meet the family. Oh, and I did find my reference with my parents' names. Sure. Oh, and look at our 2 messages ago. There's the tour guide's name. Yep. Well, that's because I wrote the letters and then I sent them to you. It's been a good home. I've been keeping busy. I was hoping maybe we could go for a ride. I can help. I did. So I do have a rank in writing. So we can go ride around the property with my dad. Yeah. Yeah. I help out with the rest of his day's work. I do miss this place. I've got two questions. I think they're going to be pretty big questions. My first one is, who was Gertrude? Uh, at work. I'm not supposed to talk too much about it, but I will say that this job has taught me that there was a lot more truth to the bedtime stories than I thought there was. And I don't think I'm supposed to talk about that. Um, well, my other question was when they told me some things, and I decided to find some inherited silver and see what would happen if I got stabbed with it. Well, it hurt a whole lot more than anything else I've been stabbed or shot with since I've taken this job, and I don't get the shakes if I don't drink anymore. Is there anything else I should be worried about? I found out about the culling first, but yeah, it came up when I was learning about it. And she was like you. I think he has. I don't know what the answer is, but I think he knows the answer. I remember so little of Germany before we moved. I thought the stories were just stories. I guess maybe he remembered more. Some of the injuries I've taken have proven that. Does he write home? I spent Christmas with him and his wife. Lovely woman. He certainly has a different view of an ideal future than the one that he has signed on for, but it's his arrangement is working for him to pursue the future he thinks is best. I'm not supposed to say. But where I worked had enough information for me to learn about the culling and come to ask you these questions, so you can assume what you will. And what am I? I've got notes in like 3 different places here. William Bates. Yeah. Well, if it's not his real name, he's going by Bates, Mr. Bates. I wonder if that has anything to do with why I got hired. I don't think the answer really matters. Ooh, I do. No. It is an expensive labor of love. So my half brother is like you then. So we don't know. I mean, you mentioned the taboo. There's no precedent for you to have any idea what's going to happen to me. I have to know, am I dangerous? Am I a danger to the people that I spend the most time around?
This man has killed dozens of people.
Were you? I mentioned to him some oddities that I had observed before, so he knows that there's something. I didn't know how far or how much. This is new. I like to think that I don't have to worry about my brother, but I'm not sure either of us are going to have a choice in the matter. I understand. Were you ever going to tell me? Or were you waiting for me to show up and have this conversation? Well, that's a good thing I'm a navigator. I already keep track of the moon. If things are going to escalate, that's when it'll happen. Well, I've certainly noticed in the last few months, at least, increased levels of one of my friends would call it gross carelessness. I I don't think I've been angry without a good reason so far. Thank you for telling me. They're probably waiting for us and wondering if we got lost. I mean, I went to Rome. I just was there for a very specific reason.
Sean Dublin appears out of nowhere, kicking the door open, wearing his original outfit, and he says, "I've got the next step." Wait, who said that? Was that Julius Caesar? Well, Julius, when some of us get stabbed, we don't die on the spot. All right, I'll buy that one.
You got me there.
Where's Carl? I wanted to share some of the alcohols I got. I got something from Central America called Silver Tequila. I was hoping he might break into the bottle with me.
Carl shows up.
Oh, maybe.
He looks and smells like he just walked off the plane.
No. Silver is a. Don't worry, you don't drink alcohol. Don't worry about it. It doesn't have real silver in it. That's all
I
you
just-
need to know.
I just want to double check. This scene is happening back at our hideout, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Hideout. It's a airfield with a
It is
mansion
an
next to it.
Yeah. So yeah, Carl looks and smells like he just got off the plane and he has Miss Adama with him.
Her name's Fiona, right? Fiore? Fiore?
Yes.
All right, I'm just like, Fiore, thanks for joining us again. Seems like you were really into the weird sex stuff that our group's known for. Since you're hanging out with this guy, I say as I go and I punch him in the shoulder and I hold up my tequila silver in his face and I'm like, hey, let's get into this bottle.
I could use that. Let's do it.
All right, here's the deal, everyone. I want to apologize. I really lost myself lately. You know, I don't want to. Maybe apology isn't the right word. I do owe you an apology, but it doesn't absolve me of my responsibility here. It's been a tough time lately. Fiore, it's a lot I can't go into, but I'm going through some things since my father died. I'm really a man of science, like John Locke from history, but then I started becoming more like a man of faith, like John Locke from Lost, and it's been tough to resolve. Is there a middle ground? Is there a space between those things? I needed to find myself, and as I was digging through 2 metric tons of shit in order to drop a flask filled with holy water and a cross into the bottom of it for completely unnecessary. Like, we absolutely already had this problem solved, but just in case, locking it underneath the stinkiest darkness possible. Toss that damn thing down in there. Guys, we got to refocus here. There's a lot going on. We have a lot of directions that we've been headed in all at once, but overcoming Ruslan Omer and his crime empire has been a huge step for us. Fiore, let me explain. Everything I said about the crazy sex party was a lie. When we were in Italy, actually, we were meeting with a bunch of gangsters that worked for a man named Ruslan Omer, and he tried to kill us while we were there, and we had to cover it up.
I feel like when you say the crazy sex party thing was a lie, I think Carl just looks at her and winks and then lets you get it, just doesn't interrupt you.
Don't let him wink his way out of this, okay? Hey, listen, if you okay, I'm not going to get involved in your relationship or explain polyamory. Just remember, Jesus Christ is everywhere at all times, and he's always watching. Okay? Wow, I'm really driving everyone away lately. All right, so look, there's a lot of different places we could go to secure locations, right? We know generally where they are, but in the past we've relied on the ground specialists to solve that. I think that we should let Bates continue to solve those problems while we confront the actual issues at hand. Given an infinite length of time, we could eventually make our way to those locations. Our problem is our opposition. Every time we go to one of these places, someone is either there before us or is there to contest it. Taking out Ruslan Omer is a huge deal, but we know he's not the only game in town. Isn't the crazy scientist dead? Okay. Well, I think he's dead, so Sean thinks he's dead. And
I said, well, Effie said last time they were talking that this crazy scientist dude might be alive still.
okay, the crazy scientist guy might still be alive. All right. Look, when it comes down to it, I'm just going to be flat honest with you. The easiest solution to our problems is friendship. We put pressure on Lieutenant Carl's brother in the SAF and flip him to our side, okay? It's not the craziest thing in the world that's ever happened. Maybe we don't have to kill anybody. We could get a bunch of information.
I have bad news about that.
Ah, you killed him? On 2 weeks? What have you been doing?
No, I did not kill him. I didn't see him. Flipping him from the SAF will be difficult because he's not invested in the SAF.
Okay. I don't really care about the SAF part. I mostly just don't want to murder your brother in front of you, but he's an obstacle. So friendship is really the only way forward here.
I have had to do some thinking, and I think a confrontation between me and my brother is inevitable. I don't like it. I don't want it, but I think it's inevitable. He has a different idea of a master race, one that I don't think you could convince him that you would be helpful with.
Okay, that's really cryptic. I'm gonna need slightly more details. Is he into turtles or something?
He is a full-blooded werewolf.
Those are the ones we need silver for, right?
Carl takes a dramatic pause and then
Okay.
looks over at Harlen and says, "Yes, silver works on us."
So-
Great.
To be clear, if he's your brother, are you also a full werewolf?
Well, that was my dramatic moment. Like, he looks over at Harlan and says, "Yes, silver works on us." Probably. He just told Harlan how to kill him.
Yeah, it's probably not the guy you should tell, to be honest.
He told the whole room.
That's fair.
Yeah.
1911, that exploding damage roll in the head kills everything. So far.
Right?
I'm a little offended you didn't tell us you were a werewolf.
I didn't know until my trip.
Does your girlfriend know?
No.
Look,
Do you
there's
want
a
her to know?
there's a much deeper question about the dangers of sexually transmitted lycanthropy
I have it
What?
on good authority that that is not how it works.
How can you and your brother both have... Okay, you know what? That doesn't matter. What matters is this. I feel strongly like we can make a better pitch than the master race. All right? Look, you side with the Nazis, they're going to wipe you out. We're not into that. You side with us. You play by the rules, and there's no second culling, because everything I've been hearing about this culling thing doesn't sound like it was that good. First off, they missed some pretty major targets, like Reslan Omer. And second off, it sounds like it was really shitty. I think that we can open with an offer of diplomacy before we have to decide to kill your brother.
And I would love to not have to fight him, but I do call it a hunch, but I think he wants to restore the number of werewolves and make them the party of power.
Okay, look, I'm going to be flat honest with you. I don't see that happening in this modern era, right? Like, there's a lot more people alive today in 1936 than there was 100 years ago. And these aren't people with the barest access to firearms and silver being incredibly rare. I mean, we are reaping the benefits of trade with Africa. Firearms are advancing rapidly. It's one thing to be a werewolf, and you only have to worry about the richest noble in the village maybe accidentally stabbing you at dinner. It's another thing to be a werewolf running through an open battlefield while a guy with 100 rounds of silver 5.56 begins spraying you down. Well, sorry, I wouldn't say 5.5. 50 cal! I just look at Montre and I'm like, you really think a werewolf, a whole pack can't stand up to this guy with the amount of silver that I could buy in like 5 minutes? Okay?
I'm not saying that he has a good or realistic idea. I'm saying
Have you talked to him?
Yes, but not since I learned this.
Okay, I think we should give talking a chance. Unless you think that not only is killing the only option, but we need to ambush him drastically.
If a conversation is
I would
going to
imagine
happen
he'll-
with him, it needs to be me.
I don't imagine he'll be too welcome to coming alone after everything.
I can go visit. I can go see him and try to talk to him.
I don't feel like you visiting alone is a great idea either.
Carl, I'm going to say this as kindly as I can. I don't know that you're that good at talking to people.
I'm not, but don't think you'll have the opportunity to have the conversation you want to.
Look, you keep prefacing and saying that we probably won't, maybe not. We need to let those dice hit the table, all right? We can't start second guessing our plans before the plans are even made. I think it would be very reasonable for you and I to go talk to him together and give him a 1-2 punch, a small group with our support team nearby. We'd have to Ruslan and Omer this every single time.
Let's go after one of the other two, and I will consider what you said.
One of the other two what? Oh, the captain ghost, and who's our third one?
We've got Ignacio and the crazy scientist.
Well, hold on. Do we know that Ignacio is still involved? Man, I would have thought that was Ruslan Omer, right? The guy with all the money?
Unless he was just a financier.
Are you implying that all of our enemies are working together under a unified aegis? But you're saying that someone else is pulling the strings. I don't mean to get too fanciful. I thought Ruslan was behind everything. That's why I started with him. You make a good point. Yeah, South America, yeah.
And Miss Effie has recently noticed some information that she's been deciphering that may lead to yet another facility in the area near Mexico. That one may not be as dangerous
Effie, what's the deal with you and Ignacio?
What do you mean?
I mean, what do you want to do with him at this point?
I
You
think I
said we
made that-
shouldn't kill him.
thought I
I
made
feel-
that fairly clear last time.
Yeah. Well, he's still alive and we've thoroughly embarrassed him. Is that good enough for you? Or, like, it sounds like he's still active in these circles of evil.
I guess I don't know what I want to do with them.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You've been secretly going undercover to meet with him.
With that internship.
I
Yeah.
took an internship with him.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's definitely not healthy.
I'm sorry. What did you just do again?
Brutally murdered the man who killed my father using the power of God. Yeah.
Oh, that's mostly bullets.
Yeah.
All I wanted to do was get revenge for him discrediting my father and leading to his death.
I feel like we did that though.
I was unable to do that because you guys did it.
It was group effort by my recollection. I'm sorry I didn't know that you wanted to do it all yourself.
I wanted to have some part in it.
You were pivotal during that entire Peru operation.
I don't think she did anything that had involved Westland. No, not Westland. Quava.
All right, I just stand up and go to the phone and I call Ignacio.
Okay.
I mean, he's very clearly the weakest one. He is a totally normal, average human from everything that we could see. Again, this feels like we could use the power of friendship. Operator, I need you to connect me to Spain. Thank you. Yes. For the operator? Did you give us new cards? No? Okay. What? Yes, but my card specifically allowed me last time to use another card.
You used
Yes, because my card said I could do exactly that.
No, you used the one card that lets you draw another card and use that one immediately, and you also used a second card, the one that turned that one guy on our side.
I'll have to
Turncoat.
reread that card.
It was called Turncoat.
Yes, I know I used 2 cards, but I'm pretty sure the card I used specifically said that you can.
Yeah, it's
Well, I don't think the shotgunner would have survived Montre.
no, I don't think it would have changed the battle at all.
I was going to murder him.
Been turned into a liquid.
Well, I'm guessing a 3 isn't good enough to get me through.
Why are you still wounded?
Oh, is that what it's happening?
Oh, yeah, it's -1.
It's -1.
It's one.
I'm taking the wound off.
Oh my. Well, at least it's a wasted one of your 21s.
That's not how statistics works, but okay.
It makes me feel good. I also know that it's not how statistics work, but I'm the guy who rolls all the double ones.
Sure. So I call Ignacio. Yes, I apologize for calling at such a strange time. I would like to speak with Dr. Ignacio. Professor Dr. Archibald Knickerknocker. You can't tell me this butler knows shit about that motherfucker.
I mean, even if he did, wouldn't he be curious?
Yes. No, I don't say yes. I say, I suppose I could continue waiting for eternity. Yeah, I definitely want the butler to be freaked out for sure. For no reason. Mhm. Professor Ignacio, it is I, Sean Dublin. I assume you've heard about what happened with Rosalind Omer 2 weeks ago. No, but I assume that he hasn't heard from Rosalind Omer in about 2 weeks. Yes, he attacked me, so we buried him. I'm afraid that this particular burial is going to stick this time. Ignacio, he attacked me. I had to defend myself. Did you know that he went after my family? He killed my father? Ignacio, I admit that I have treated you poorly. For an incredibly petty reasons. This is escalating way too out of hand. I think, as a man of science like myself, you can appreciate that these artifacts that we are looking at these ancient histories we're looking at, aren't worth relentlessly murdering ancient vampires over. I'm wondering if you've maybe gotten to the game on the wrong side. Look at the people that you're working with. You know, werewolves, vampires, Nazis, ghosts. You're just a regular guy like the rest of us. There is plenty of opportunity for you to continue your research legitimately with the full financial backing of the Dublin family. That's a good callback. I forgot that I did that to you. No, you're not drugged at this time. Look, what you're not even aware of who your allies are, which is really the saddest part. You are in way over your head, and we can prove it. I'd like you to meet with my team neutrally, no violence, no weapons. We'll sit down and show you proof of the supernatural and the extra normal and everything we've got on the vampire Rosalind Omer and werewolves and their reality. You have to ask yourself, is this worth it, Ignacio? Is it worth going against me? Is it worth your life? Is it worth being discredited again in the future? I'm talking about making peace between us. Even if I do sound like a complete psychopath right now, coming up with fairy tales, I'm still super rich and powerful and influential. Is it really that bad? Even if that were the case and everything I've said so far is a lie, is it really that bad to work with me? Compared to the people that you're currently working with. Did you kill my father? What can I do to get us on the same page? What does it take to bridge this divide? Because, Ignacio, I'm worried that we're worlds apart. Sure. Well, Ignacio, if there's nothing I can do to convince you, there's nothing I can do to convince you. I'm very sorry it's come like this. Watch your back. Your allies are not the people that you think they are. Anyone at any time could be infiltrating your organization. Okay. I just sigh, and then I go back into the room after putting the phone down. And I go, "All right. Well, he didn't want to join us. We're not batting well for good talkie times."
Yeah, but I don't want to do it with the group. I want to send him something without the group knowing. Yeah, I'll I just leave it with it's oh yeah, that's when he sent the message it would have been like there's something important going on. I need to meet you. That's how we would have phrased it. Yeah. So I've got like a place to go. Like I have a place that I'm supposed to go to meet him. Okay. Oh, what happened? The bunch of stuff changed on my character sheet. Like notes that I saved are missing. It's like my stuff reverted. It it reverted hard. I've got my alcohol habit back. My advances are back to 6. My skills are wrong. I'll just have to fix this. I don't know what happened.
Mine did that earlier, but all I had added was the rank for the veteran to it, so I didn't think it was everybody.
Oh, I can fix it.
All by himself. Didn't even take the ultimate best friend, the robot.
I feel like taking Montre anywhere is such a declaration of intent to kill.
No, I'm nice. I got flowers. No, I don't. No, no, I definitely. Which is the best part is like it's loaded for bear and he'd be like, "Hello."
Carl's having that same moment that Sean did when he walked off with those Germans to go die. Yeah, I mean, he's not looking to fight.
I'll make
He's
him
just
roll
looking to
for it.
talk
That's
about
not nice.
I guess we'll see how the conversation goes. Yeah, I just can't see, like, Carl cannot see any way that our group shows up and it doesn't just turn into whose ambush goes off first. And he doesn't want I mean, he wants to find some way to not have to have any just to not have any violence between him and his brother or his brother and anyone else.
Are you sure? Because you were the first one to jump on the "we need to kill my brother" train.
Yeah,
Are
we-
you
we-
sure?
we-
He
we-
hit the wagon and he
Carl-
led the parade.
Yeah, Carl's he's a conflicted dude. I'm playing a conflicted character. He,
Fair enough.
he under he understands the danger that his brother poses, but he doesn't, we went from talking about it and dealing with Rosalind to the reality of we might actually do this thing. Things are complicated for Carl.
Why'd you have to go and make things so complicated? I see the way you're acting like you're somebody else.
I mean, it's not guaranteed that Carl won't come back.